to the 6th annual Study Abroad presentations. We will have estimated costs posted on the wiki by Monday, October the 29th. I'll send you an email with all of these reminders. We will have the lottery on Thursday, November 1st. And then we will announce those findings on, or we'll announce the lottery on Thursday, November 8th. Then you can go home for Thanksgiving, beg your parents for money, get a part-time job real quick that pays really good. Don't sell drugs. And then we will announce, we've already announced on May 8th, and then by December 1st we'll require a $500 good faith deposit. So, without, oh yes, and I have to make this announcement as well. By now, I hope it's all filtered down from previous study abroad students that this is indeed study abroad with emphasis on study. You are not to think of these programs as opportunities to sightsee or fulfill your lifelong desire to visit whatever city or country you're going to, because you're there to do work. So we suggest that you arrive early if you want to do some sightseeing, or stay late if you want to do some sightseeing. I encourage you to stay all summer if you can do it. Your backs are good, your stomachs are strong, so you can probably backpack through Europe or do it on the cheap. Europe is actually not so expensive once you're over there. The euro looks good. That is, it looks good for us, it's bad for the Europeans. But the exchange rate so far is very good. Is the peso. What is the currency? The Chile peso looks very good. The South Korean wine looks fabulous. All right. So, I must remind you also that while you are on study abroad, you are under the absolute control of your faculty. Absolute. They have the power to send you home if they don't think you're working, or if you cause trouble, if you're picked up on the street for drunken revelry, before your hangover is cured, you're on a plane back home. So, what happens before study abroad and after study abroad is not our responsibility, but we are parentes en locos, which means not crazy parents, but we are parents instead. So we will treat you just like we treat our own children, with tough love. So, in the meantime, you will see amazing stuff you've never seen before. You will be led by some of the best faculty we have here in the College of Architecture, who are there to teach you about the culture and the architecture of the host city. So, regardless of the tough love policy, you will have not only a good time, but a very fulfilling educational experience.
Alors, bonjour mes amis. Et maintenant, le Paris, la ville des Lumières. Paris, the city of lights, hardly needs an introduction, but after that presentation, I'm going to have to do the hard sell here. You all know the Eiffel Tower. These are some of the major monuments, both from the 18th, 19th, and 20th century that you will be seeing in Paris. The Champs-Élysées, terminating in the Grand Arch, which is the complement to the Triumphal Arch of Napoleon. And here we are at La Défense, the center of New Paris. We have contemporary architecture. Corbusier, who I hope you're all familiar with, of course, was instrumental. The Bastille, the Opera de la Bastille, in which you'll see a performance. The Centre Pompidou, the Institut du Mont Arabe, All of these, Paris is not simply an old city, but it's a new city as well. And of course, no trip to France is complete without a trip to Versailles. When getting locked inside Versailles when your professor is, of course, again late. And here is the Opera Garnier, which we studied. And, we see some famous people on pedestals, or those who would put themselves on pedestals. This is our students from last year working, well, and sometimes just sitting. But there she's in a cross axis. This is our site. You'll be measuring that and working from that. You'll also do sketching on site, in this case at Versailles. The Petit Trianon, Marie, not Antoinette, but what's her name? Anyway, this is you after studio. Here we are, of course, at Corb's famous Villa Savoy. And then the Versailles, and where we do more sketching. And then we go into the city every day to study the scale of the city and to study the different places that we'll be looking at and we'll be creating ourselves. Explanations daily throughout the city in addition to the working and the sketching. This was after they were informed of an assignment. The Sacré-Cœur, which is on Montmartre, and this is the view taken from up at the top. We visit that. And of course, Versailles, we'll be there for the 14th of July, which is their Independence Day. These are the gardens. They open up at night, and all the way till midnight, they have these son et lumière, sound and light exhibitions in the gardens, and they turn the fountains on for the first time. The Opera Garnier, where we attend oh, what a lovely picture, where we attend a mass. No, that's a mass. This is where we go to mass. Opera. And then we have the Loire study tour, the Loire vacation, 2 nights. We study winemaking. Well, we taste. But you'll be introduced to it, the varieties of wine. You'll become connoisseurs yourself, mes amis. Here are some of the cave in which we were located and had our repasts. This is the chateau, well, not this one, the one previously is the chateau you'll stay at during those 2 nights. And then the chateaus of the Loire Valley. The great kings of France during the 15th and 16th century built these castles. And we'll study their context. And you'll be very tired on the way back to Paris, but then you're back to your living quarters. This is the dormitory at the American dorm at the Cité Universitaire of Paris. This is the metro stop that is located conveniently directly across from your dorm and takes you to all places in Paris. Oh, there's Jeff. I thought you were gone. You have authorized fun. Some of it is at Versailles at night. These are the fireworks for the 14th of July. And sometimes we do a coin toss or 2. Not everything is work, but this was all taken during a break from the work we were doing in the city. The Villa Savoy again, taking in the view from wherever that was. Where was that? I've already forgotten. Oh, at the Grand Arch, yeah. A little wine, supervised wine tasting, the top of the Eiffel Tower at night, the catacombs of Paris, famous for their arrangement of the skulls, the Tour de France. Nobody enters it, by the way. And then these are some of the places that are unauthorized fun that the students made themselves, sometimes dangerously so. Well, that looks innocent enough. Actually, well, they are drinking after time. The picnics at the Eiffel Tower. What? Where's Miss Soto? There's a thing called, oh my God. None of this is allowed. Some of these students, none of that is authorized amusement and will be dealt with accordingly if it comes to my attention next year at this time. So, bon voyage et bienvenue. We will